issue with Game is I don't know what happened with him, period.
But he felt so hurt. He really looked up to you.
How could you have an assessment on a person who was flip-flopped their entire career? He almost bipolar. If you watch it, like the way he does things. Like he'll do it like he's extremely emotional.
He cool and we good. It ain't no drama. I ain't gonna see 50 and whoop his, I said, 40 years old.
Then it goes to extremely aggressive.
50's like ass. 50 can't rap.
He went overseas and he had an issue with Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z on stage. He asked me about Piggy Bank, so he could say I don't have a problem with nobody.
50 had problems with like Nas, Fat Joe, and I think the Lox at that time. I really wanted to hold down G, you know what I'm saying? But like these were guys that really influenced my, my life. So
now you're going to the extreme of saying that I'm not even down with you. I just gave you your record, and you saying you don't have a problem with people who have a problem with me.
It was hard for me when I was on Flex saying that 50 like, yeah, Game's kicked out the group.
In all hip hop, a judge has ordered its sale to help cover a $7.1 million judgment owed to Priscilla Rainey. Rainey sued the Los Angeles rapper in 2015 with an allegation of sexual assault. It stemmed from the filming of a VH1 reality show called She's Got Game. Despite Game's denial of the allegations, he failed to show up to court for trial, and thus Rainey was awarded a default judgment. So yeah, I don't know like who advised the Game, telling him that he didn't have to show up for court, because realistically, if he had taken this to court, he could have probably settled for, I don't know, like $100,000, a couple $100,000, something like.
All right. So what would be your final take about being on the She Got Game show?
My final take on it, it was an experience. I set out to, do something to promote myself and do something to advance my career, because I own a mobile day spa called Lux Boutique, and I also have a clothing line called...
Welcome back to Buzz By, where the truth behind fame isn't just revealed, it's exposed. And this time, it's explosive. 50 Cent just smelled blood in the water, a $7 million meltdown, and he didn't blink. Not for a second, he pounced. And now, he's ruthless. Across social media, he's been relentless, mocking, dragging, humiliating the Game in front of the whole world. And it's not just petty shots. It's merciless, it's personal. The spotlight is shifted. Forget Diddy for now, because 50's crosshairs are locked on a different target, the Game. And he's spiraling fast-dot in a shocking legal blow. The court just slammed him with a devastating loss, serious domestic violence allegations, the judgment, crushing. He's been forced to sell off his luxury mansion just to scrape together the millions he now owes. Everything's unraveling. The fame, the fortune, the image. It's all slipping through his fingers, and 50 Cent, he's watching it all burn, laughing from the sidelines. Is this the end of the Game? Or just the beginning of a deeper downfall? Stay tuned. Because in Hollywood, nothing stays hidden forever.
You heard of me and 50, anything was having a shootout at Hot 97 in the snow. I had on Converse running in the snow. What? I must have slipped 80 times trying to get to the Escalade. We was busting real bullets. One of my homies got hit. He's still alive, and in jail. But yeah, man, like we was shooting, they was shooting. Shit was crazy. Me and 50 stared each other in the eyes with guns drawn. Two niggas that was friends and homies, and they came up in hip hop together, and I don't even know who fired first shot. I just know we were shooting at each other. And at that moment, everything was in slow motion. It wasn't about nobody else that was there, even though I had 30 niggas with me and 50 had 30 niggas with him, man. It's almost a blessing that only one person got hit. But I know one thing for sure is that if 50 is gonna be a power in hip-hop at any moment from now...
50 Cent's laughter is echoing across the internet, and fans, they're eating it up. Every meme, every post, every jab, going viral. But beneath the laughs lurks something darker, much darker. Because now, the accusations against the Game are starting to sound chillingly familiar. Whispers are growing. The same disturbing patterns that rocked Diddy's world are now being linked to the Game. And it's raising serious questions. Uncomfortable questions. Is the Game hiding something? Are we looking at a disturbing trend in plain sight? Or is this just the beginning of a scandal we're not ready for? Let's rewind. Back to where it all began, because this beef between 50 and the Game, it's not new, it's not petty, it's legendary. A fiery feud that's been simmering since the early 2000s, fueled by betrayal, explosive egos, and unhealed wounds. Back then, 50 Cent was the kingmaker. He backed the Game, handpicked him for G-Unit. Dr. Dre gave the nod. It was a dream team. Until it wasn't. The clash was inevitable. Egos collided, loyalty was questioned, and then boom! Everything exploded. What started as music turned into war. And now, decades later, The past is back with a vengeance, only this time. The stakes are higher, the accusations are darker, and the internet is watching, closer than ever. How deep does this go? How far will it spiral? One thing's clear, in the world of fame, betrayal, and billion-dollar beefs, nothing ever really ends.
Seen that fucking picture, man. That shit is, somebody put my fucking head on a stripper's body, bro. Like, and I want to say it was 50, bro. But like, what? Like, get the fuck out of here. That shit looks crazy, bro. And you know I've had tattoos since I was like fucking 14.
Right.
But that body, whoever's body that was or is, has no tattoos. Like, that shit.
Shots were fired, not just in lyrics, but in real life. What started as a powerful alliance between 50 Cent and the game collapsed fast. Like a house of cards in a storm, and when it crumbled, it wasn't quiet. It was explosive. A brutal fallout, laced with diss tracks, lawsuits, public humiliation, and interviews soaked in venom. The game didn't hold back. He kept showing up in the press, throwing shade like it was his full-time job. No apologies, no remorse, just pure, unfiltered animosity. And 50? He matched the energy. No, he amplified it. Memes sharper than knives. Captions dripping with sarcasm, and a fanbase hooked on every post. Then came the moment no one could forget. The leaked phone call, the game calling 50 a snitch, jaw-dropping, unfiltered, a viral explosion, but 50 fired back immediately, brutal, unapologetic. He called the game nothing more than a male dancer who stumbled into rap. That single line, it torched the internet. Fans went wild. The beef, already blazing, went nuclear. And here we are, nearly 20 years later, and it's still burning. No peace, no pause, just permanent war. Now, fast forward to today, and the game's world is crumbling. His mansion, not just listed, seized, ripped away by the court, like an unpaid car note, gone, and 50 Cent, he's watching, grinning, posting. You can feel the chill in his captions. The sarcasm is icy, the shade is lethal. This isn't just trolling, it's precision warfare. And in the world of celebrity drama, this is a masterclass in revenge. Stay close because the next chapter, it's coming, and it's going to be unbelievable.
What would be your final take about being on the She Got Game show?
My final take on it, it was an experience. I set out to, do something to promote myself and do something to advance my career because I own a mobile day spa called Luxe Boutique, and I also have a clothing line called Wet by Rain, and I figured this would be a great opportunity for me. I was single at the moment, thought I did it, but it turned out to honestly be a nightmare.
The show?
Yeah.
Why? A nightmare?
It was a
That's
nightmare.
That's a little strong, no?
No, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
You want to care to elaborate on why you feel it was a nightmare?
Well, everybody knows that during the filming I was sexually assaulted. Everybody knows I'm in the midst of a lawsuit. Everyone attacks me, bashes.
Make no mistake, this isn't just casual trolling. This is calculated, strategic, ruthless. 50 Cent isn't just posting for fun. He's running a masterclass in viral humiliation over the years. He's turned public callouts into a brand, a full-blown business model. He's done it before. Ja Rule, Young Buck, Wendy Williams. One by one, he aired them all out. No mercy, no hesitation. Now, the game is just the latest target in a growing list of high-profile casualties. But the heat doesn't stop there. 50's spotlight is shifted back to another giant, Diddy? Ever since Cassie's explosive allegations dropped, 50's been relentless. When CNN released that jaw-dropping hotel footage, 50 didn't miss a beat. His social media turned into a full-blown expose. He posted the clip with icy sarcasm. Your Honor, this theory of Cassie kicking Diddy? I'm not buying it. The shade, brutal. The tone, unapologetic. He's not just making jokes anymore. He's reposting deep dives, resurfacing past stories, drawing comparisons to Harvey Weinstein, and hinting that there's more, a lot more, still hidden. Each post, a breadcrumb. People are starting to wonder, what else does 50 know? Is there unseen footage? Undisclosed evidence, because right now, 50 is moving like a street-smart investigator, calculating, focused, and dead set on exposure. And just as Diddy gets tangled in the courts, 50 pivots right back to dragging the game. And honestly, the timing couldn't be worse. The game situation is spiraling. Back in 2016, a lawsuit hit him hard. A woman named Priscilla Rainey accused him of serious misconduct during his VH1 dating show. She's got game. According to court filings, she claimed he got her intoxicated, then touched her inappropriately on camera with the crew standing by, doing nothing. And it gets worse. The game never even showed up to court, not once. The result, a devastating default judgment, $7.1 million, gone. Not just a fine, a generational loss. Since then, he's been dodging that debt like it's a live grenade. But time's up. The judges now approved the forced sale of the game's lavish Calabasas mansion, a stunning hilltop estate, gated entrance, designer pool, panoramic views. Once a symbol of success, now a reminder of downfall. Listed for $1 per million, but it won't even cover the full judgment. he's still coming up millions short. Meanwhile, Priscilla Rainey? She's already collecting nearly $400,000 seized through garnished royalties, one payment at a time. Slow, steady, unstoppable. And remember, this is the same woman the game swore would never see a dime. Now, she's cashing checks under full legal authority. But wait, the drama deepens. Turns out, the game tried to hide the mansion under a shell company called JTT Holdings. A sneaky move, maybe. But the court saw right through it. Fraudulent. They ruled. Boom. Strategy obliterated. Just when it felt like the fire had reached its peak. Rick Ross entered the chat. Yes, that Rick Ross. Despite his own rocky history with 50 Cent, even he couldn't resist joining the roast. Old grudges put aside. Ross saw the headlines and couldn't help himself. He hit Instagram with a screenshot, laughing at the game's mansion being taken. That's how deep this goes. Rivals, enemies, all joining forces just to watch the game fall. And if this is only the middle of the storm, you better believe the ending will be even more explosive.
I started kicking it with Diddy, right? I ran around with Diddy for 2 years, and this Diddy, we never went to the studio one time, but he was like, yo, I fuck with your demo, that shit. You know, bad boy, but hey, Playboy, hey, here go a watch, Playboy, here go a chain, Playboy. I'm like, yo, we ever gonna rap? Like, nah.
I was doing it for 2 years.
Yo, but the jet leaves at 5. We going to Miami, Playboy. We going to, you know what I'm saying? We going to New York. We in ATL this weekend, Playboy, pop out. And I was going everywhere with Diddy. And then one day, this Diddy, me and Diddy was smoking. He was like, you know what I've been thinking? You belong with Dr. Dre. No, you don't say. But yeah, so Diddy told me that. And before I went to go fuck with Diddy,
But 50 didn't stop there. He stacked his posts with GIFs, including one of a man dancing in swim trunks like he was celebrating in a backyard pool party. The message, loud and crystal clear. To the internet, it was comedy gold, classic pettiness, dialed up to viral proportions. But the game, he wasn't laughing. And he definitely wasn't staying silent. According to reports, he clapped back at Rick Ross. Not publicly, but privately. Straight into the DMs with a message that exploded like dynamite. He allegedly wrote, even if I lost my house, which I didn't, you still gonna be a fat b***********. That is epic, gonna kill you before the Twinkies do. 300 for Ninja. Brutal. He went for the jugular. Ross's weight, his health, his pride, all in one fiery line. And it didn't stop there. The game then jumped onto Instagram stories, accusing Ross of snitching. The officer got my account put in jail for a day. How y'all be fans of these weirdos? That officer jab. A direct hit at Ross's past as a corrections officer. And the internet. They caught it immediately. The dig, the shade, the timing. It was all intentional, designed to provoke. Social media erupted, but the backlash. It didn't just land on Ross. People started turning their attention to the game's own mess. One viral comment said it all. He a dummy for not showing up to court, and she got that judgment. Uncontested. How do you lose $7 million just cause you couldn't be bothered to show up? It wasn't just careless. It was reckless. A legal disaster with a $7 million price tag. The criticism came hard and fast. People couldn't understand how he could be so loud online and so silent in court. By skipping that hearing. He didn't just risk it. He handed Priscilla Rainey the win. No resistance, no defense. Just nothing. And then, as always, the internet went dark. Not dark as in silence, dark as in toxic. Some users started shifting blame, not to the game, but to the victim. Maybe she didn't respect herself. What was she wearing? Did she even have on underwear? That level of commentary. Disturbing, disgusting. Victim blaming. Misogyny, full-on narrative twisting. But others stepped in hard. They reminded everyone what actually happened, who was held legally accountable, and what real justice looks like. Because this isn't just court drama, it's personal, it's public, and it's unraveling fast. What started as a headline has become a circus, and then came the deeper comparisons. People began drawing lines between this case and Diddy's, another powerful man, another young woman, another claim of being manipulated, violated, intoxicated. In both stories, crew members standing nearby, no one stepping in. When CNN dropped that surveillance footage of Diddy and Cassie, the world saw, with their own eyes, the power imbalance behind closed doors. In the game's case, there's no footage, but the court documents, they're chilling. Over the years, whispers have followed him, subtle warnings, blog posts, interviews, people saying he made them feel unsafe, uncomfortable, uneasy. And now, with this court ruling in place, the internet is digging it all back up. And here's the irony. Both the game and Diddy claim they're victims of a smear campaign, but with every new headline, every resurfaced moment, every exposed red flag, the public is being forced to ask, is this conspiracy or consequence? This wasn't a misunderstanding. After nearly 2 years of legal battles, by 2017, the game pled no contest to serious charges. The result, 3 years probation, 120 hours of community service, 26 mandatory anger management sessions. That temper of his, a recurring theme, and it wasn't the first time. Back in 2007, another incident, another headline, another courtroom. This time, a weapons charge. Reports say he pulled a gun during a heated pickup basketball game. Who does that? Who brings a weapon to the gym? That's not just aggressive, it's dangerous. And yes, he also pled no contest. The penalty, 60 days in jail, 150 hours of community service, another 3 years of probation. This isn't bad luck. It's a pattern, a long, documented history of violence, chaos, and self-destructs. And guess who's watching the entire thing like it's primetime TV? 50 Cent, sitting front row. Popcorn in hand, meme after meme after meme. Not just trolling. Predicting, because 50's been warning us for years, calling it out, saying this day would come. And now that it is. He's in full I told you so mode. Zillow's listing the game's mansion. Diddy's empire is collapsing. And 50, he's probably already editing the trailer for a new docuseries. G-Unit and lawsuits, the final season. Because for 50 Cent, every scandal is a potential business opportunity. And here's the real question, was 50 just being petty all these years? Or was he ahead of the curve the whole time? Is the game just another rapper whose past finally caught up to him? Or is this the start of something even bigger? A full-blown reckoning inside the entertainment world, because with every leak, every lawsuit, every exposed detail, this isn't about isolated incidents anymore. The bigger picture is coming into focus, and the industry's so-called untouchables, they're finally being pulled into the spotlight. So what do you think? Is this the fall of icons, or just the beginning of an even bigger storm? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell, because this story is far from over.